Hi there, you are going to join me at my favorite Goodwill. When I walked in, I couldn't help but go right to these blue bottles. I don't know a lot about bottles, but the color was what drew me over to them. It looked like they were priced at $3.99 a piece. I was looking on the bottom. That one said product of Spain, if I'm remembering correctly. I was looking at the bottom to see what maker's marks were on them, even though I don't know anything about bottles. I really liked them and admired the color, but I decided to leave those on the shelf. And they did last a couple days at the Goodwill. I would say they were there probably about a week. So when I see that, when I go back into this Goodwill and I see things that I've passed up are still there, I always think I did make a good decision. Or we're all ignorant to what treasures we have on our shelves and we're all passing up the same thing. Either way, it does make me feel a little bit better when I do pass things up. I like the looks of these fish dishes. I've sold fish-shaped dishes in the past, but these were pretty heavy. But when I was getting up to move around, I saw that there was a larger platter. That was only $1.99. The price was good, but just the sheer size and weight of those pieces made me decide to leave those on the shelves. I could tell this was restaurant wear, not only by there was so many of them, but just the look to it. It's a thicker looking china, and it turns out this looked very familiar to me because I have two of these bowls for sale in my store right now. I thought about getting this really brightly colored turtle. I thought it was very sweet. It was a little coin bank, but when I got it up to the checkout, I noticed that there was some damage to it, so I did end up putting that back. One of the advantages, or maybe a disadvantage, of filming your shopping video is when I went back to edit this video, I thought, why didn't I get those glasses? They're only $1.99 a piece. But at the time, I just wasn't feeling it. But I'll definitely be on the lookout for them next time. And if they're at the right price, I probably will pick those up. I also would like to share with you with the growth of my channel. Thank you so very, very much. I've hit 30,000 subscribers. I was super duper excited. And with the growth of my channel, there has also been a growth of scammers that leave comments. Please know that I will never, ever, ever, ever ask you to text me because you won something. That would never happen. And if you see any comment that is written to you, that looks like it's from me and it's saying, please text me, you won a giveaway or a sweepstakes, just ignore it. And Jimmy and I will be on that comment soon as we see it and deleting it from the channel. All right, back to shopping. I almost picked this up, almost had it in the cart, and then I noticed there was damage. Perhaps you saw it too. See, it's right there on the brim of the hat, pretty noticeable. So I put that back on the shelf. That was a shame. I thought that was super duper cute. Checking the bottom of the vase to see if it was signed. I didn't see a signature. And now we're back in the brown section. They had a lot of things piled up here, so I wanted to see what this painting looked like. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing some rearranging. Before I got on my little rant about scammers, you saw that there were some raccoon figurines. I did look those up while I was in the store. I didn't see that they were selling for huge, huge money. And they're raccoons, and I've talked about this before. I think that raccoons aren't as popular right now as owls and squirrels. So that's why I left those. I moved the hobbyist anniversary plate out of the way to look at these things. I thought at first that they were cork-backed placemats, but they were on wood. So I don't know if they were decorative to hang or you could use them as trivets. I'm not quite sure. And then I was just seeing what else they had. This basket interested me because it was full of little tiny things. I had this in my cart, and then I'm going to show you later the reason why I put it back. I thought this was a cute little vase, but I decided for the moment to go with the cloisonne vase. And they had things kind of balanced precariously, so I was looking underneath to see if there was anything of interest. Here's a shot of the shelves. And in the white section was this vintage needlepoint kit. It was new in the package, so I decided to get that. Last time we were here, there was a whole bunch of those wrapped up things in bubble wrap. They're all gone now. And then I spied this little poodle mug. I thought this was adorable. So I decided to get that. I've sold mugs like this before that have a certain breed of dog on them. So that is the reason why I got this one. I wonder, for those of you who do frequent Goodwills or Salvation Armies or other thrift stores, what is the department that you like to look at? Do you like to look at the hard goods or the cups and mugs or the china? And look, do you look for the praying hands? I'm winning again. I would be interested to hear what you look for when you go out thrifting in thrift stores. Please leave a comment below. I think that would be interesting for me to read and for other people to read, see what common interests we have. They had some more stitchery kits. These were more like, I don't know. You can see how it's the pattern and they gave you the floss, but I don't know. I just didn't get them. I thought this was cute. It was a salt and pepper shaker. At first I thought it was just a little single bunny figurine, but there was just one. And kind of zipping through this brown shelf here, I felt that this was more of a souvenir piece. I did like the orange on it though. Here was a sweet little puppy dog. We get quite a bit of these unpainted bisque, I guess you would call them bisque figurines. There was a pie bird. I feel that that was more of a contemporary pie bird, not an antique one. And then look, I'm winning again, always winning. You're always winning when you find the praying hands. The next thing I found was in the white section, and the box is what caught my eye, and I was not expecting what's in here. Look at that. It's a whole bunch of handmade clay miniature teapots. I would think that they are China in origin, and then I decided they had to have their lids. I wanted to make sure all the lids were there. And so here I am maybe finding all the lids for them. The box that they came in obviously does not go with these teapots. I think it was probably maybe a tea set that went with this box, and the people put their teapots in this box. But for the meantime, it was a nice little holder for it. This is why I did not get the vase. I'm going to show you the damage. There was a big mark right there, so I did put that back on the shelf. Here was another unpainted bisque piece, a big sailboat. That was pretty impressive. I don't know if someone had a collection of them and they're slowly donating them to Goodwill, but I see those an awful lot. Remember last time there was a whole bunch of those nursery rhyme figurines? And here is another look at the shelves for you. This was a Jim Shore piece, but unfortunately the angel was missing a big chunk of her wings, and the piece itself had a lot of surface wear. I almost picked this up. I really, really liked the style of it. It was marked on the back, so it would be really easy to do some research on it. And then I noticed that there was this huge hairline crack here. It went through the piece, and when you look carefully, you could see it on the front. So for someone for their own personal use, that was a good piece, but not for me to resell. This is from the Reading Phillies minor league baseball team. And then this bag is there. This is full of snowmen, and they are heavy. I believe they are silver plate. I have found some that look like the ones that were sold by Neiman Marcus, but then I also found some that look just like these that were not sold by Neiman Marcus. Regardless, they're in really, really nice shape. I was seeing, what's in this box? What could it be? What could it be? What do you think's in the box? Here it comes. Ready? Here it comes. Well, that was a disappointment. It was just a gift box. Then next to it here, we have a napkin holder, Mrs. Claus, and the salt and pepper shaker of Mr. and Mrs. Claus in half of the original box. I thought that was really, really neat. And then in the toy section, I found this game from 1987. This is Masterpiece, and this sells pretty well. It is taped all up, so I was hoping that all the pieces were there, and it turns out they are. I am just missing one of the dice, but I think that's an easy fix for the new owners. These were made in Wisconsin, and they are not by the same maker as the pieces that I normally pick up, but I really like the looks of them. They were in good shape. They had some nice sayings on them, so I decided to take those. And then I was just looking around in the silver section. Didn't really find much here. Looking through the bags because you never know what they'll put in the bags. You might find some treasures that you weren't expecting. But for the most part, I didn't really see anything. Then I spied this in the black section. This is L.E. Smith Moon and Stars in Amber. It is missing the lid, but I thought someone might need a replacement, and it was a good price, and the bottom was in really good shape. So I took that. These were the bane of my existence in 8th grade. I used to have long hair in 7th and 8th grade. I hated banana clips because they always slipped down and they would poke you in the back of the neck. And I didn't know if these were new or if these were vintage banana clips, but I couldn't stand those. Mostly because I never put any product in my hair. That's probably why they slid right out and hit me in the back of the neck. But that brought back some memories. They were actively restocking the shelf, so there was quite a few of these blue carts. So I was poking around to see if there was anything interesting in them. I saw this bowl. I'm trying to get at that bowl here. It was really, really neat. Very bright and vibrant. It had a Made in China sticker on it. I know that the barcodes can be older pieces, but I just wasn't really feeling the fruit. And then this was a cake. You take the cake with you transporter. There, I have it upside down, but it didn't have the handle with it. It was in really good shape. It looked like no one had ever used it. If you know who made this, I would appreciate it if you would drop another comment. This is not marked. It doesn't have any tags. It's really, really soft. I don't think it's silk, but I bought this purely on I like the looks of it. I think it's so pretty. There's no stains on it. I was a little worried that there would leave holes from that little plastic hang tag thing, but it didn't. But if you know who made this, please let me know. I've Googled lensed it, nothing comes up. And I actually have this scarf. This tartan is the Anderson tartan, and I used to have this in a kilt. My sister used to do Scottish dancing when I was little, and my tartan was an Anderson tartan, even though I'm not an Anderson in any sense of the word. My teacher in kindergarten, first grade, her name was Mrs. Anderson, and I think that's why I picked out that color. I really thought that bag was cool, and then it turns out it's made by Bath Body and Beyond Lotion Potion Place. I thought I was done shopping because I was looking at the purses, and then I realized that they had moved the artwork up to the front of the store. And I found this. This was originally $60. It was only $1.99 at Goodwill. I did some research on these, and they have different themes. So you can get these for lawyers and different occupations, but I thought it was neat. I thought these were also neat. These are reprints of Art Deco posters from the 30s. They're traveling posters. There were 2 of them. And then I thought, well, if there's 2 of them, I wonder if there's any more. So I did go back after looking at these, and I found some more. I really like them. I like the looks of them. I know that railway things are pretty popular. The ones that I found on eBay are mostly being sold out of the United Kingdom. I didn't see any being sold in the United States. So I decided to take all those. I am selling them not in the frame to save on shipping costs. And since they had changed up the art section, I decided to look some more through the art. It's much easier to look through the art because before where they had it, there wasn't a lot of room, and then it would pile up and it was hard to look through. I almost got this. I came super duper close. I know it has some age to it. Some staining is expected, but when I flipped it over, I saw this, and that made me nervous that there might be something growing or stained even more where I can't see it without buying it. So I did like it. Normally I would have picked that up, but I did leave that there because of that staining. It made me a little bit apprehensive of what's in the frame once I got it home. And I don't want to pass that on to my customers. So that's why I left that there. We're going to wrap up our trip here to my favorite Goodwill. I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, thank you so much for your support of my channel. Hitting that 30,000 subscriber mark just made my day, and I smile every time I look at it. I love making videos for you. Jimmy, Jenny, and I love making the taste testing video. We have one more coming out, and a lot of you are enjoying those videos, and we enjoyed making them for you. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll see ya.